Kevin Mitchell finally loosened the taut muscles in his shoulders as the glass door settled, muffling the noise of the upscale Beverly Hills Boulevard. He strode back to the reception desk, desperately forcing an air of calm, but his heart still hammered from the adrenaline of the confrontation. Kevin, 38, the general manager of Elite Motors for 5 years, lived by a specific narrow dogma. This dealership was for the truly deserving. He took pride in cultivating an exclusive atmosphere, often turning away those he judged unfit, whether for their casual clothes, their modest cars, or their general lack of the outward signals of elite wealth. He rationalized it as sound business strategy, necessary to guard the dealership's luxury image. But deep down, he carried a dense, unshakable prejudice that blinded him to the growing warning signs. Whispered rumors among the local elite and subtle complaints from people of color about being consistently dismissed. The undercover CEO. Meanwhile, a few blocks away, Olivia Brooks hurried toward a battered, unremarkable Honda Civic. At 42, Olivia was the quiet powerhouse behind Brooks Automotive, one of America's premier luxury car groups. Her origin was Detroit, cutting her teeth in her uncle's repair garage, learning the value of self-respect and the necessity of treating every customer with dignity. Acquiring Elite Motors in Beverly Hills had been the crown jewel in her portfolio of a dozen dealerships, the pinnacle of success, and her greatest liability. Olivia was worried. Recent, discreet complaints from loyal clients, including some Hollywood luminaries, had flagged subtle slights and discriminatory treatment at Elite. These grievances were eroding the prestige of the brand she had spent 2 decades building. Determined to witness the toxicity firsthand, Olivia had gone undercover. She purposefully adopted the guise of an ordinary, non-wealthy buyer, blending invisibly into the stream of patrons the staff would expect to dismiss. She needed to experience the severity of the problem from the customer's perspective. The call for retribution. Settling into the Civic's driver's seat, Olivia let out a long, shuddering breath. Her hands trembled slightly, not from fear, but from the raw, suppressed rage of someone whose core values had been violated. She fixed her gaze on Elite Motors' grand windows, replaying Kevin Mitchell's haughty glare, his condescending tone, and the physical force used to eject her from a dealership she owned. She knew Kevin was not an isolated incident. That same poisoned arrogance likely pervaded the entire location. They must reflect the company's core values, she reminded herself fiercely. People like Kevin, proud, entitled, and prejudiced, were the greatest threat to the empire she had built with sweat and sacrifice. She could not let this stand for another moment. She pulled her phone from her jacket pocket, scrolling past dozens of high-powered corporate contacts. She stopped on one name, Emily Parker, her longtime assistant and most trusted confidant. Taking a steadying breath, Olivia tapped the screen. The line connected on the first ring. "Olivia, are you okay?" Emily's voice chimed, sharp with immediate concern. Olivia's voice was low, decisive, and laced with absolute certainty. "Emily, initiate the acquisition protocol and tell the security company to replace the guard detail at Elite Motors immediately. I want Kevin Mitchell fired, effective 5 minutes ago."